Eren Yeager.
He would do a Nakba and call it like inoperable fate or whatever the fuck. He did a Nakba
He
on
did a
80%. He
Nakba.
killed 80% of the fucking planet. And he
These
was
two
like, but my hands
characters.
were tied by fate. Yeah, and also
Yes.
you're a Nazi. Like,
These two characters have done Nakbas.
they have done. Do we need a new category? It's would do a Nakba and did do a
Okay,
Nakba.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Admiral below. Homie, I did a Nakba.
Nakba who's she?
Homie. And me and Alex went to see Superman together, and it was a lot of fun.
It was really, really fun. Hey,
Yeah.
it was not like the most, elegant dialogue in the world because it shouldn't be. Superman is a character that is so overtly earnest that part of the charm is that everyone's saying the quiet part out loud because they're all angry at
Yes.
just how nice he is. And so, like, I think some review I saw was like, it didn't really do anything with its ideas. I'm like, that's because none of those ideas are touching your heart. I'm crying. He saved the alien baby. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, he really. So yeah. So the reason I want to bring this up on the show is because for those of you who haven't seen it, this is a spoiler alert for the movie Superman. If you care about that, he frees Palestine.
Yes, in a way that it opens with this conflict between two fictional countries like Baravia and Jaradpur, something
Yeah, someone
something
with a
like that.
J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me knowing that James Gunn is a famous person, I'm assuming, especially because Marvel, oh no, that's DC, but
Yeah.
big industries tend to be pro-Israel. So I'm like, there's no way that this is that. It's probably a metaphor for Putin in Ukraine, which I would still support. And then when they
Hmm.
cut in the third act to the vulnerable brown children, I'm like, this is defo Palestine.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, James Gunn wants to throw Benjamin Netanyahu out a window. And you know
To his
what? That
death.
makes some good people in my book.
To
Like
his
he
death.
literally knows that Superman would not necessarily have the cold blood to have to do it, so he makes another character do it, but it has to be done.
Yes.
It's
And
great.
that's why we're assembled here today, Alex, because we're here to talk about um who would free Palestine?
Oh. Oh my God. Okay, you told me about this list. I thought it was for a YouTube video. I didn't know I was gonna get to decide.
Yeah.
Hell
We're
yeah.
out here, fam. We're out
Oh my
here.
God, I'm so excited.
So we have James Gunn's Superman up front here, and
Literally
he
did it.
would
So,
free Palestine.
mhm.
Well, let's go through our tiers here really quick that I had set up,
Okay.
and because maybe we can do better. But I got free Palestine at the top. Underneath there, arrest Netanyahu.
Mhm.
Not bad, but in the middle. What about Hamas though? Right below that,
Little
Israel
Israeli
has the right to.
curious.
Yeah, right below that, Israel has the right to defend itself. At the bottom, does a Nakba.
Okay. Okay.
Just straight up.
Uh-huh.
So,
From does the thing to wouldn't do the thing. Here we go.
yes, yeah. So Superman frees Palestine. Ben Affleck's Batman. Zack Snyder's Batman.
I think he arrests Netanyahu because
Okay.
he's a very big believer in the carceral system. His whole thing is I don't kill, I send criminals to jail. But
Yes.
that means he believes in jail.
Yeah.
So I think Superman, while he is often like by Frank Miller portrayed as more the big government pawn, I have a feeling that Batman probably believes in the system more than Superman does. Because Superman literally goes, why is it wrong for me to save these people? Give me
Right.
one reason. It's like, well, you're acting alone. It's like, yeah. And
Yeah.
everyone else wanted to kill children. Like, what do you want?
Yep. Superman in this movie did what I would do if I was Superman, basically.
Yeah,
So
no, I would say let's put this out here. Not every one of these characters would be able to free Palestine, but it's if they had the tools, would they? If they were leading the
yes,
squad, like Superman could
yes,
do it alone, but like Peter Parker, who's up next, couldn't do that alone. But would he want to? I
right.
think
And I think Peter Parker would try to arrest Netanyahu.
okay, I was gonna put him in Free Palestine because he's like a
Okay.
little guy. Uh,
Sure.
but he definitely would
We're
also
gonna fight back on that.
he would not kill Netanyahu. He would arrest him. But I'd
Yeah,
like to think he would be at least he's probably he's got a Mets flag and a Palestine flag in his
yeah.
little apartment, I think.
This is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man specifically.
Yes.
Sam Raimi's then. This one breaks my heart. Judy Hopps from
Okay.
the cop from Zootopia, the rabbit cop.
I don't know this franchise, but you said cop, so it can't be the top
She's
two. It
she's
can't be the top two.
Judy Hopps is the best example of propaganda ever because she's an adorable rabbit cop.
Mm,
And I like Zootopia as a movie a lot, but it's essentially propaganda,
okay.
Disney propaganda. So I feel like yeah, maybe
Yeah,
yeah,
anyone with a
maybe
law enforcement background probably going to be at least in right to defend itself.
yeah.
Probably.
Kylo Ren.
This one's curious because I don't know enough about Star Wars. The order that he's leading, are they better mapped onto Nazis or onto reaction to the cops? Probably Nazis, right?
Nazis.
Because the Jedi's are kind of cops, but also the rebellion is literally like anti-imperialist. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say he'd do a Nakba.
Yeah, I think Kylo Ren would do a Nakba. Luke Skywalker.
I he's either arrested Netanyahu or what about Hamas though?
I think he arrests Netanyahu.
Okay, that's fair. I don't think he's a full-on free Palestine, but I think
Uh,
he's moved, let's say.
I mean, original trilogy Luke Skywalker. I feel like Free Palestine actually, but he's kind of been bastardized since then a little
Yeah,
bit.
he got real sad and
I
detached.
I don't know. Young Luke Skywalker, I think, is out there though. You know,
Yeah, that's fair.
we'll put him at the top of Arrest Netanyahu for now. Put him
Okay.
ahead of Batman. uh, Russ Cole from True
Okay,
Detective,
this one I don't know because his whole thing is not caring about anything. So
but
he's a cop, but he's
he's a
also a
cop.
very detached cop because what he really is essentially
He's
philosopher, detective, borderline psycho.
so he's
Uh
another like quote unquote like I'm not gonna say he's like but he's kind of like an anti-cop because
yes.
like he doesn't believe in the systems that he partakes in.
Yeah. I mean he
He
literally
just
told a child
doesn't.
molester to kill themselves when they got a free minute was essentially the
Yes,
conversation. He's like, you're gonna have a bad time, you should kill yourself.
this
What?
might be controversial. I think he would arrest Netanyahu.
I'm kind of leaning there too because he did try to take down the Yellow King's
Yeah,
whole institutional operation. It
he
didn't
did.
work, but they got at least
He wasn't
the
able to.
one
He
guy.
realized the plight of his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
he's
is a
also not
cop from
afraid to break.
Texas.
He's not afraid to like go against the grain of being a cop.
Yeah,
He's actually one of the better cops in fiction.
he's definitely one of the better cops in fiction. He's really
Yeah.
interesting because, like I said, like, anti-cop is kind of a good way to put it. Was because he joined the police because he wants to do Sherlock Holmes grizzle stuff, like the weird math
Yes.
of tracking people down.
Yes.
And which makes me wonder because we never see them before they were detectives. I'm like, did he have to work his way up through being a beat cop and look the other way on a lot of crimes against Black America? Like, what was going on there? And then he was a
Yeah.
vice cop for a while, and he got addicted to meth. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff we never see of his life.
Well,
But
he
I think
occupies a
arrest
really
Netanyahu is fair.
Christian area, right? Because Woody Harrelson's character is
Yes.
like part of that whole white
Yeah.
Christian area. So I think, yeah, he probably saw a lot of bad shit. So yeah.
He definitely did. And he probably
Miss
justified it, as it doesn't matter. No one matters.
Miss Frizzle.
Okay. Um,
She's a teacher.
he is a teacher, which means she could be in Miss Rachel territory.
Yeah. She cares about kids, is the thing.
Yeah, I think she might free him.
I think, yeah. I don't think she has the power to do that. She has some magic.
She
Let's
could
not
shrink
forget.
herself and put herself in Netanyahu's bloodstream,
Put him in his
and they could
asshole.
explode his heart from the
Put the
inside.
magic school bus in Netanyahu's asshole.
On a
uh,
magic school bus, fuck up a knockba.
yeah.
Magic school bus.
She's our Miss Rachel out here. The
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, they're definitely freeing Palestine.
Fuck
No
yeah, dude.
question.
Hell
No
yeah.
question.
Sugar Spice and everything nice.
Fucking
Shoot,
Buttercup would be literally killing IDF soldiers.
yeah, shoot those missiles down.
Bubbles would maybe be more mild, but I'm pretty sure this is no question.
Yeah, Bubbles would be like, "Don't kill all of them, Buttercup." Buttercup, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
she's like, no. The
Yeah.
crown's thirst for blood must be slaked.
Zuko from Avatar.
Okay, I don't watch Avatar. I need to. Nothing
Oh
against it,
yeah,
but
it's a good one. I
tell me
watched
about
it
this
over
guy.
COVID myself, so I'm gonna just I think he arrested on Yahoo.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Yeah. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay, he's one of these characters that I would call like, okay, his heart is always in the right place. That is settled
Yes,
law.
but
But
he
he
can be easily
clearly doesn't
manipulated.
he doesn't read the news. So does
No,
he clearly know what is going on? So now we're getting into an even more fine-tooth comb question, which is would does it count if you don't fully know the exact specifics of the morality of the
it's
situation? Because
true.
he could be very easily manipulated by simple propaganda, but his heart might be with Free Palestine if he understood what the stakes were.
You know what? I
I
think I
think
should
way
be
too much about
fair.
fictional characters' politics if you can't tell.
I think I should be fair. I think I have to add a row below.
Oh wow.
Uh,
But propaganda though?
Uninformed. I don't know. That's
Uninformed. I want to say useful idiot, but that sounds a little mean. But
let's just do normie.
normie,
Normie.
that's fair.
Let's just do normie.
He's a normie
Normie.
because he's got a good enough heart that clearly he doesn't want to kids to get hurt. But I
Yeah.
don't think it would be very hard for him to convince him that Israel is in the right.
Yeah.
Some people
Samurai
are just
Jack.
very propaganda
True.
prone. Uh, at the very least, arrest Netanyahu. I'm pretty
I
sure
think he
he's
frees
free of Palestine.
Palestine.
I
I think he
think so
frees
too.
Palestine. Yeah. He wants
Yeah,
to. Demon King Piccolo.
he does a Nakba.
Yeah, he's doing a Nakba.
He's doing it.
We
He would
just got up
spit
to
out
him
a
in the
bunch of
show.
eggs that would.
We on the recent Ball Not Super episode, we compared Demon King Piccolo to Kamala Harris, and
Oh.
you know, that's all I'll
Mm,
say.
mm-hmm.
That's all I'll
Mm-hmm.
say there. Denji Kun, his head got cut off by his own chainsaw, but
So I would say, is propaganda prone too, but I think at the end of the
yeah, he's trying to
day,
get laid.
but I think he's free in Palestine at the end of the day. Because I think all it would take is for him to see it once and he'd go crazy and end it a day.
The problem is Maki. What's her name? What
Yes.
Not Mikasa. That's technical.
Uh,
Makima. What if
Makima.
Makima's just like, listen, we got to support
I'll,
Israel.
I'll blow you if you don't free Palestine.
She doesn't have to
Okay.
offer anything. She just has
Yeah.
to say we should support Israel, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
I think
He's
man's
done a lot of bad things for her, so I think Normie is pretty fair.
yeah. Unfortunately, our boy Denji. I'm not gonna hold it against him. He literally grew up in
Mm.
poverty, so it's
Yeah,
this was your suggestion. This is a great one, Alphaba.
being
Oh,
she's
sorry.
fucking freeing those kids.
I'm sorry, I cut you
She's
off about.
defying gravity all over that Iron Dome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off. But you say something about Denji though.
Oh no, I was just saying like it's Denji and SpongeBob, and I'm sure there'll be other characters on here. It does get to an interesting issue, which is like, breaching some people's kind of like information bubble that is default propagandized is a
Yes.
really interesting quandary about morality because people are capable of doing harm because the status quo will nudge them. That sometimes if you can reach them enough to go, here's what's at stake, they'll go, oh my God, yes, but you have to get through that bubble.
Yeah, you
And they
do.
have to also care about getting through the bubble because
Agreed.
I don't think Denji's picking up a newspaper. He's going to listen to Makima, and that's all. So
Yeah, unless
partly
like
because he's being abused, but partly because he's
yeah,
16, you know,
yeah. That's why he needs that cool eye patch girl to tell her. I should have put eye patch girl on here because I think she'd free Palestine. But
probably.
anyway, Gohan is freeing Palestine. I'm not even
He is
gonna.
freeing Palestine.
That's my boy right there.
Hmm.
Adult Goku.
I think he's
Hmm.
probably he's very easily
He's
propagandized, but
pretty
I bet
susceptible, but
yeah, but I also think he would at the end of the day probably free them. It would just he would need to you'd need to convince him because he's probably ingested a lot of propaganda.
yeah,
Like Gohan would know right away because he's smart.
yeah. I think Gohan's
Goku
right.
would be
Yeah,
like, "But what about Hamas?" And it's like that's a dog whistle. He'd be like, "Oh my God!" No, he would not kill any IDF. He would try to unless he had to, but he would
yeah.
definitely try to stop them
I think this
because
is a
he's our
classic
Superman in
situation.
anime.
Yeah, there's a classic Gohan has to tell his dad about
Yeah.
vote for Zoran or whatever.
Yes, and I feel
Uh,
like Normie is the might free Palestine, but would be harder to break through the like I said that bubble of propaganda I
Yeah,
think Goku's bubble is probably not very hard to break through, but
yeah.
he wouldn't know what he's talking about until you shook him and said, "Come on, man."
Especially because he's got his other boy here who would tell him what's up. It's Piccolo, not Demon King Piccolo, just
No
his son
fucking
Piccolo
question.
Jr.
If only as a fuck you to his dad, but I mean, he's he's from planet Palestine, sort of. Like
Kinda, kinda,
he's
yeah,
I don't even think we can entertain anything less than free Palestine.
yeah, 100%. Lelouch de Britannia.
Oh, I think he's an Israel has a right to defend itself guy. But
I think
also
he
he would do a
is.
Nakba if he saw political gain for himself in it.
I know people really like Lelouch
I
and
don't.
the way he went out and all his plans and shit, but like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I think he's here also.
he's in that light Yagami school of talks a big revolutionary game, but really is a cop.
And it's funny you mentioned that because
Hmm. He's in it. Yeah, he wouldn't do a Nakba unless he decided that Palestinians were criminals, which I don't think he would. I think he would be so squarely in the middle. He'd be Israel's right to defend itself. He would be
he,
center right,
he would
if you
only
will.
talk about Hamas.
He would only talk about Hamas
He would only
because
bring
in
up
his mind they
Hamas.
are breaking the law, which is
Right.
anything contrary to big government.
And
Because
he's
he's
never
a
thought about it deeper than that.
and never will. He would never write down a billionaire. He'd write down Luigi Mangione the second that name hit Twitter.
Yep.
He would also love Elon Musk. That's my fan theory.
Oh, he would. Sephiroth. He's like about Sephiroth. Oh, he's weirdly apolitical.
Okay.
He's kind of only selfishly, you know what I mean? He's like his motivations are entirely selfish.
He's so he's beyond the politics of it.
Nah, but he was still doing Nakba though. He doesn't
Yeah.
like fucking care. He would be the third party. I mean, his role in Final Fantasy VII is literally the third party between the Israel, like in the Israel Palestine conflict. He would be the guy that shows up and kills everybody. So
Mm.
I'm gonna leave him here. Frieza, I think no question.
Nakba. He
Nakba,
would do the Nakba and then he would have Saiyans do the Nakba first of all, and then he would
yes,
sell the land.
yes. What about Deku?
So I don't know a whole lot about Deku. I've only seen like 7 episodes of that show, but
Okay,
he seems like he has his heart in the right place
he does.
ish.
He does.
I don't know about in a revolutionary sense, but
I mean, that's the problem with like a lot of superhero fiction is like they're kind of cops at the end of the day.
yeah. I would also like to
Um,
posit the one more for this list, which is Unleashed, my character from our D&D game, would definitely free Palestine.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
100%. He
Yeah,
would free Palestine. Anyway,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm not sure about Deku because I don't know a lot about him.
Deku, I think he's really easy to influence,
Mm.
but he's got a good heart. I
How
think
about All Might?
maybe that's a good question. I think put All Might. Maybe I should put All Might here instead. So I'm gonna put All Might's head got cut off. I'm gonna put Deku. I'm gonna leave him in Normie for now.
I think
All
that's fair.
Might. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He seems to be sort of like establishment Democrat kind of a guy.
He
So
does.
probably what about Hamas though?
Yeah. Gon doesn't give a shit, I don't think.
Okay.
I would love to have Joe from the Spirit Hunters on though to talk about that more, but
Mm.
I feel like Gon doesn't give a shit. El's an interesting one.
I think he's in Israel has a right to defend itself.
Yeah.
I
Just has the same coin with his boy here.
I do think that. Yeah, but what do you think?
Like El's not like a good person.
Yeah.
I mean he's a cop. He's a detective. He's the world's greatest detective. He's Batman-ish.
Mm.
But he's very egoic.
Yeah.
And I don't think he cares about people's rights really.
Yeah, I think he
He just
cares
cares about
about
winning.
he cares about the intricacies of human behavior in the sense that he wants to manipulate it and that he has
In a really
found
detached way. Yeah.
yeah, in a really detached way. It's the chess game for him, and he's
Yeah.
found a way to do it where he's not called evil by society. He is technically using it for good, but I don't. But he's
Yeah.
using it for the cops, so I don't think he's actually using it for good. He's using it for the state. But
What about Hamas though? Is like kind of dummy coded. I feel like he's got
mm,
All Might in there right now. And these guys, I think Israel's right to defend itself is not dummy coded in the same way.
Okay, so you think Israel's right to
I'm
defend
actually gonna
itself
move Jody. I'm
is
gonna move Judy into here actually because I think
okay.
she's
So
kind of
Normie
dumb.
and what about Hamas though are sort of the light and dark shades of mildly propagandized?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I think so. And I think Israel's right to defend itself. I think these people kind of know what's up, but they
Yeah.
don't.
Or they're being willfully ignorant about some things.
I think that it just, yeah, kind of, yeah. Um, these are people who believe in structures,
Yes.
even though like Lelouch kind of overthrows one kind of, and Light is trying to destroy it. But Light still wants to have a structure, just one that he's at the head of.
Yeah.
And Lelouch also wants to have a structure rebuilt after his plans. So yeah.
Mm.
Madara's Nakba and all over the place. I'm gonna put Sephiroth over here because I'm not sure. Sephiroth's a weird one.
Okay.
I'm still not sure about him actually.
Who did
This
you just put on?
I just put sorry, I just put this is Madara. His head's cut
From
off from
from what?
Naruto.
From Naruto. Okay.
He's the
I don't
one
know
of
about
the
the
final
character.
bosses of Naruto.
Okay. Any big boss we can pretty fairly say.
Yeah. Aaron
He
Yeager.
would do a Nakba and call it like inoperable fate or whatever the fuck. He did a Nakba
He
on
did a
80%. He
Nakba.
killed 80% of the fucking planet. And
These
he was
two
like, but my hands were
characters,
tied by fate. Yeah, and also
yes,
you're a Nazi. Like,
these two characters have done Nakbas.
they have done. Do we need a new category? It's would do a Nakba and did do a
Okay,
Nakba.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Admiral below. Homie, I did a Nakba.
Nakba who's
uh,
she?
homie.
Mm-hmm. Did Piccolo Senior technically do a Nakba? He would,
So we're in the middle of
but
him
did
doing
he?
it, and like I don't know if
Okay.
it counts it completely. You know what? I'm kind of being a dick. He killed like 1,000. He killed like a couple thousand people. So
Okay.
it's like I think it's kind of
Hey, if you haven't noticed, I don't actually know what the word Nakba means. I just know it's
oh,
bad.
it's
I know
it's
it's an Israeli war crime, but I
it's
think it
when
was how
it's
they
like the
settled it or something.
initial. It's like the initial, yeah,
Yeah.
Israeli takeover of the yeah.
Yeah.
It's the initial Israeli invasion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, that's not what they like to call it historically, but
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying because this
I'm
is
sure they
my
like to
show.
call it the founding of the
The
nation state
founding
of
of a
Israel.
new nation that was there
So
the
if
whole
you
time.
ask
Yeah,
some of them, it's like, oh, the indigenous people took the land back. No, you fucking didn't.
it's like the founding of America. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I gotta get new pictures for these guys. As Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
I don't. Here's the thing. I love
I know less
Brotherhood.
about him. I know less about him. So,
I don't know. He's a state alchemist.
okay.
He's
Are
smart
they
though.
cop coded or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are. And when you, it's really funny. You know, we should do another one of these. Like, I think this is a fun one, but we should do one where it's like uh, fictitious characters. Are they cops? How much
Oh,
are they
that would be
cops?
great.
It's actually kind of upsetting how much of anime is like the heroes are cops. Like Naruto, the
Uh-huh.
ninjas are cops. The
Yeah.
alchemists are cops.
Yeah. I mean, even Bebop, the bounty hunters, they're not cops,
The
but
bounty hunters,
but
but
it also is a very interesting discussion of like how much of law enforcement is just the state, and if you're doing that so you
yes,
don't starve, how culpable are you really in? Like, but it
right,
knows that's what it's doing. So,
yes,
like, I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
say Spike Spiegel is a cop, but he is doing some cop shit from time to time, which is
From
not
time to
good.
time, from time to time. Jet
Yeah.
Black was a former cop, right?
He
So,
literally was a former cop, yeah.
but it's definitely as we talked about in that video that people disputed what woke meant. That's
Mm.
another thing I want to do. I want to just invite people on and ask them what woke means
Yeah.
because I want to get all people's different answers.
Hmm.
Spike Spiegel, I do think would actually, yeah, I think,
Yeah, I think he would. I mean,
yeah,
he's just a guy who does punching good and has good luck, so I don't know if he could he would need to convince people, but I feel like
I think if there's like a
he's like
movement,
Bernie
he's
voter
joining.
coded to me.
Yeah, yeah, he's Bernie voter
He
coded.
seems like I mean
Maybe
he
he's
often
this then.
acts
Is this fair? Because this is
I,
like more his lane.
well, here's the thing.
If there's
I
a
think
bounty
he
on
I,
Netanyahu,
yeah, there's other, I think his heart lies with Free Palestine, so I think it counts as the top one. But I do
mhm.
think if it was like Big Shot, it was like Benjamin Netanyahu, he's bringing him in alive because he wants the money. So it depends on what we call.
I
Arresting
kind of love this
Netanyahu.
row. The thing is, I love looking at this row. Luke
Mm.
Skywalker, Batman, Spike Spiegel, Russ Cole, and Zuko, like
What's the
trying to
opposite of a
arrest
nightmare blunt
Netanyahu.
rotation?
Yeah,
Dream blunt rotation?
I just the idea of them going to like arrest Netanyahu to me is really funny. Like a
I think Russ and Spike would probably vibe too.
yeah, seeing these two next to each other. Yeah,
Like
this
whatever
yeah,
happens, happens could be a line from True Detective. Like
yeah,
just
100%.
yeah. So I
Russ
think
Cole could
that's
say
fair.
it even. Sung Jin was a cunt. He doesn't care.
Who
Uh,
is he?
that's what I'm sorry. He's from Soul Leveling. He's the
Oh.
lead from Soul Leveling. He's kind of a normie, honestly, but I
Hmm.
feel like
I
I
feel
think
like a
he's
lot of
better.
shonen pro tags are going to be normies because they
Yeah,
often care about the goal, and it's like, okay, well, what are you willing to do for the goal? Doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad, but it does mean it will take more maybe effort to convince them. Like Goku, I
right.
think, is the exception because he's easily convinced of literally anything, especially if
Yes,
it is generally in the right. But I think he would start off going, but don't they have a right against terrorism? It's like, Dad, it's a dog whistle. He'd be like, oh, and then it's fine. But
right.
he's gonna start norming
Gohan has to
until
smart him. Gohan and Piccolo have to smart
yeah.
him up. That's the
I feel
whole
like a
thing.
lot of times, unless it's so clear, like Frieza wants to destroy the planet, Goku's probably one of those guys where his opinion is the last person who talked to him 5 minutes ago.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
And he settles into being a good person, but I feel like it is so easy to trick him.
Yeah,
Unless you're like fainting on the battlefield, but like
I think
intellectually.
I think the 2025 regime that we live under is so clearly evil that he'd be on the right side.
I do think
But
so too.
anytime before now, it's kind of a toss up.
Yeah, like I think Goku would probably go with Biden stuff until Gohan
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, Dad, Zoran actually wants the stuff you want." What? He's midway through his
Oh,
thousandth pound of ramen or whatever,
yeah,
and then you'd convince him. We should
yeah.
also do who would support Trump and who would support Trump and who would support Zoran.
Oh God,
Because we can do
yeah,
celebrities. I'm like, well, the Strokes guy is on the record. But Julian
true,
Casablancas is on the record as being pro Zoran. They're buddies,
true.
or at least they did a meet and greet kind of a thing.
This is you know Sukuna, you know JJK a little bit, so
Yes.
uh,
He wants to do a Nakba, but
he
did he
really
ever do
badly,
one?
so badly wants to do a Nakba.
He's
I
a
mean,
Nakba time bomb.
he mostly wants to be, yeah, he mostly just, yeah, wants to be the king of the,
Anyone genocidal is
yeah.
Nakba.
This is the his head's cut off, but the leader from the main character of Rising of the Shield Hero, and I fucking hate that show, so that's why I
Okay,
put him on here, and he's
fair.
definitely this guy.
Is he the one that has
Oh no,
the
he's not here. He's
child
here.
bride
He
that
has
he
a
owns?
child slave
Uh,
that he bought from a guy who then he keeps like he gives patronage to slave owners.
he's probably in the Epstein files.
Yeah, yeah, probably is. Yeah, he
We'd
probably
be like,
is.
we want the files out. We're like, hey, well, wait a minute. We got to vet them first.
Yeah.
Maybe reputations are on the line.
Would Naruto fall to the propaganda or would he
Oh,
know
he
better?
he is dumb
He's kind of
canonically,
dumb.
but I again kind of in the Goku school of things. I think it wouldn't be super hard to talk him out of the propaganda.
I'm gonna put him here.
Yeah,
I think he's a guy you could aim. I think Free Palestine's like too big for him.
mm,
But if you're like that Netanyahu guy's bad, he's gonna be like
that's fair.
Rasengan. Like I think that's gonna like that
But then
he's gonna
Netanyahu
aim
turns
in.
into a log, and where's
Oh
the
god,
real one?
that's that's true. Who taught Netanyahu ninjutsu? Um. My favorite modern shonen character, Gojo Satoru.
Gojo apparently in the manga later is canonically racist.
Really?
Because he's got like a superiority thing where someone go I don't remember what the line was, but someone went, "Hey, does this mean he's racist?" And someone was like, "Yeah, this does feel charged." I don't know.
Does
We
he
should
say
we should
something
look up.
racist? Really? I
I
never heard
don't.
about that.
Let's
So
go look it up.
he's Ubermensch coded.
He might. Yeah, I
He,
feel like he's Ubermensch coded.
he's Ubermensch coded.
Let me ask
But
ChatGPT if Gojo is racist, which is a sentence I hate every word I just said. But
well, here's the thing about Gojo. He's
is
Ubermensch coded,
Gojo?
but he literally wants to overthrow his own regime that he works
Mm,
under. So he definitely is arresting Netanyahu because he wants to. He would kill Netanyahu
okay.
actually, straight up.
Okay.
He even in the early episodes, he's like, man, I could just kill the higher ups. But then
Mm,
he's like, nah. Then he goes all like kind of,
okay.
more
From what this is
peaceful route.
saying, it's more that he's kind of elitist which I'm telling, I don't even know what the line is. Someone told me secondhand that they saw someone say is Gojo racist. So,
Eh,
I don't know. So I'm leaning toward putting him in arrest Netanyahu too.
yeah, I think he's a wrestling guy.
Because
I think
but
Free Palestine's
there are
cool.
rumors. Let's
Yeah,
say.
yeah, he wants to destroy the like the fascist coded people at the top of JJK.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if you're against Sukuna, who would do a Nakba, in theory, you would not also do a Nakba.
the thing is, he likes Sukuna and thinks he's cool though. He's that type
Oh,
of guy.
hmm.
Like he thinks Sukuna's kind of awesome,
Okay,
and he wants to fight him. He's like Goku in that way though. Like Goku's kind of that way too.
okay. So he wants to meet Benjamin Netanyahu on the field of battle.
You know how Goku and Frieza like are kind of homies now.
Yeah, which
It's
I
super.
hate.
Yeah,
I
it's kind of
really
like
hate
that.
that.
It's pretty fucked up, but it's kind of like
I
that.
didn't hate when they brought Cell back as a kaiju because that kind of had a sort of go see your past sort of thing. But just
Yeah,
having Frieza be on the side of good, I'm like, you're out of ideas.
yeah.
You're literally out of ideas. Real estate Hitler should not be one of the homies.
I could do a whole thing about Gojo for a day chaser, but like what I'll say here is one of the reasons people like love Gojo, besides the fact that he's very aloof and charismatic and hot and all that shit and powerful, uh, is he's a really good portrayal of what they call the strongest now, which
Okay.
is and like the loneliness of being at the top and all that, and that's what people like about him. But I can't as much as I think he's cool, I don't think he's a Free Palestine guy.
Yeah, he's probably on the
But he
bottom of
would
the
arrest
list right
Netanyahu for
now.
sure. That's like
Oh,
he would 100% would throw that guy. He would not. He
I'll
would
go
actually
with
would.
that.
He'd murder him.
Yeah, arrest is a has some air quotes around it for some of these
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Let's
No, and
say
Zuko's arresting. Luke Skywalker's arresting. Batman. This guy
Batman.
kills people though.
Oh, which Batman are we talking
This
about?
is
Because
Ben
Ben
Affleck's
Affleck.
Batman. He
Oh,
kills people.
Because Batman done right does not kill, but Ben Affleck Batman, they just went. Well, what if he killed a bunch of people? So
Yeah, I'm putting the people that would kill him towards the right
okay,
here.
if it's Snyder Batman, then yes.
Yeah. So
But I think, but like a Christian Bale Batman or an Adam West Batman, or even just a comic book
I think
Batman, definitely not.
Spike arrests him. He doesn't kill him, right?
Spike arrests him because he wants the bounty.
Right. He
But
definitely
if he
arrests
had
him.
to, he would kill him.
I think Luke might be a little more killy than some of the others because we'll leave him in the middle there. I think these two guys
Yeah.
on the right might kill him. I mean, Rust has to. He's a cop, but like we've seen what he does. Also, like
Mhm.
he might kill him.
Yeah.
Batman and Gojo are probably gonna kill
I mean, they
him.
did kill the Yellow King, which was kind of the Texas pedophile Netanyahu.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
anybody's bowl game with that
yeah.
guy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This is your. This is your pick, and it was really funny as I put it in. I don't know. I feel like
Heroes
maybe
on the half shell, Palestine. They're free in Palestine.
you think so.
I think so,
All right,
no
let's do
doubt.
it.
I
Let's
think
do it.
the most susceptible to propaganda would
Raphael.
probably be Raphael. I think in the Buttercup school of he would just free them.
Okay.
I think Leonardo for a second he'd be like, but
Oh,
Israeli lies, and then he would go, no, 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 more like yeah. So I think that all of them would. I think some of them would wrestle with the narrative more than others because Leo would be conflicted because he wouldn't want to also hurt Israeli people for just being born there.
right.
But that's good. You should have the nuance of not everyone who lives in a
Yes.
colony is necessarily a colonizer.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's yeah. I even feel some of that when I talk about this. Sometimes people like, what about the Israeli people? Like, and it's
Yeah,
like, well, some
like
of them are corrupt also, but
yeah, like
some of them are just people living somewhere.
I know somebody whose wife is Israeli, and he's like, she's pro-Palestine, she hates Netanyahu, but October 7th, everyone she knows lost one friend, so it devastated her. I'm like, all of that is entirely fair. And
Yeah,
there's no way I could be like, even if the people weren't on my side, I still don't want them to necessarily be. It's like the class consciousness thing we are talking about.
yes,
They're not necessarily the ones doing Nakba. I don't like that they're
yeah.
for it, but I also think that there's, class interests at stake.
I think that's what we should be clear is like the Free Palestine doesn't mean go and what needs to be just taken down is Israel's government and military,
Yeah, this means
not the
dismantling.
Jewish people.
Yeah, this means they'd kill some IDF. Let's be real.
They
But
have to be. It's World War II Germany. They have that's what has to happen to
yes,
Israel. They need to be
yeah,
toppled the way World War II Germany was, and that's just the way it is.
Topol and Nakba, the two genders.
Toppled. Beatrix Kiddo, she's kind of self-interested,
She is
but
very self-interested,
he
yeah.
was an
And
assassin.
I will say this, but I
Is an
don't think
assassin.
I don't think this is entirely something we have to listen to. Quentin Tarantino does live in Israel and takes pictures with the IDF, but I don't think that necessarily means his characters would
I
just
agree.
because he wrote them.
I completely agree.
Even though
Yeah.
some of them definitely would. Rick Dalton would definitely be
Rick Dalton
Hamas.
is yeah, Rick
He's kind
Dalton
of
is
conservative.
Hamas,
But
yeah.
I think the bride, I hear, you know what? I think she's Free Palestine because she would hold no interest in just arresting Netanyahu. And if they fucked with kids, she would go crazy.
She's a mom.
She would
We're getting
she
some
would
Miss
see
Rachel
her
stuff here.
struggle. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
She's Miss
true.
Rachel who would murder people,
She's Miss Rachel as an
basically.
assassin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. And of course
Yeah,
I
me
had to put
too.
my man last here because we all fucking know the GOAT.
There is only one king,
Fucking Team
the Pirate
Luffy.
King.
The Pirate King, bro.
No
It's no,
gods,
here's
no
the thing.
masters, just pirates. Free
I have to tell
Palestine.
everybody, it is actually illegal to fly a straw hat flag in Indonesia now because it's
Which
that
is
big of a sign
insane.
of protest,
Wow. It's a cartoon, man.
right?
It's from a cartoon. It's of a pirate crew, not even a country that doesn't exist.
Yes.
But okay, this is a little bit of a detour, but I think this is interesting. So have you ever heard of the play The Boys in the Band?
No.
They did it on Broadway in the 60s and then they revived it in like 2019 and then they did a movie in the 70s and a movie of the Broadway cast from the revival for Netflix in 2021 or something. It's really good. It's about it falls into my favorite category of movie, which is a bunch of people trapped in an enclosed space learning each other's secrets. So it's
Yes.
I like to call it the Gayful Eight because it's queer dudes at a birthday party, but they're destroying each other's kind of boundaries and
Yeah.
defenses and telling each other's their stories. So that play was written slightly before the Stonewall uprising and
Okay.
the creation of Pride and stuff. But people who were um participating in those uprisings were fans of that play. So it is fiction that ended up kind of nudging the needle toward getting rid of, not getting rid of entirely, but like moving the needle toward progress on the issues that it deals with. So like fiction, I don't ever want to just go, oh, it's just a movie. Why are people mad? Because a lot of times fiction can really stir up the poetry of the soul for what is right and actually do point things in the right direction. So I'm like, oh, of course the Indonesian government will want to stamp out a symbol of peace. It doesn't matter where it's from or a symbol
Yes.
of rebellion.
Yeah.
It matters that people are using it, you
Yes,
know?
exactly. Yeah.
So
And there've been people
it's
flying straw hat
ridiculous,
flags at
but
pro-Palestine shit also. It's
oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just One Piece is the biggest manga in the world, and the straw hats are a symbol of rebellion. They literally shoot a flag down.
Yeah. If someone can hold a Blue Lives Matter / Israeli flag at an ICE protest, I think we can fly a straw hats on our side and it will make just as much sense.
Yeah. Uh, I'm lucky that I discovered One Piece
Hmm.
as a teenager because I know it's hard for people to get into because it is interminably long.
I gotta
So
start because I know
I'm
I'll
just
vibe with
lucky.
this message, at least.
Yeah. And I know I know Hannah just started watching. I know people are, especially during COVID, a lot of people started watching it and stuff. But but
I mean,
anyway,
Carol and I have the same problem. Our hearts were both broken by a One Piece fan, so
which is easy
it's a
because
little fraught.
they're everywhere.
There's a lot of them.
There's
There's a
so
lot
many
of
of
them.
them. So yeah. Um, but Alex, thank you for joining me here today for this
Thank you.
incredible spectacle we put on.
Yes, I was
Um,
sending you characters as I was doing laundry, thinking, "Oh, that's for a YouTube video he's gonna do by himself.
yeah.
I'll love to watch that while I eat some sushi tomorrow." Wait, I'm involved? Hell yeah! It made me very
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I sent you way
um,
too many characters. I
no, I was glad we got that
was
many.
like,
It was
Green Arrow. He
crazy.
shoots to shoot arrows at landlords. He's definitely freeing those kids. Like,
I mean, yeah, Green Arrow was Free Palestine. We know, yeah.
mm.
Maybe we could do a part two of this because it was so fucking fun, and we get
We
like
should
Nick
do who's
and
supporting
other
Trump,
people.
who's supporting Zoran,
Yes, that's yeah, stuff like that too. Yeah, because
who's
it's fun.
establishment Democrat, which is kind of what both of those things would mean. But
Yeah, basically, yeah. No, I honestly comparing Demon King Piccolo to Kamala on Ballin' Out,
mm.
that one won't be out till like next week. But was crazy. It was kind of wild because
Yeah.
you can hear in real time me realizing how close they actually are. Like, 'cause I start out being like, well, he's not like, he's not, he's obviously way worse than Kamala. And then at some point, I'm like, wait,
Do you think there's one
uh,
like weird, incredibly pipelined, like idiot Nazi anime fans like she's gonna spit out an egg any day now, and that's gonna be her purest form,
I don't know.
and they'll be
I
like,
don't
but
know.
then it will become her rival's son's mentor, I
I
guess.
guess though the original Aura Farmer, Kamala Harris's uh, asexually created child, um, immaculately conceived. Black Jesus. Alex, please plug tell people at home about your wares.
Okay, I have a new podcast called the Day Chaser Podcast with my friend Charles, our friend Charles.
Yeah.
Today we just dropped an episode called "Your Fandom Will Make You Friends." It's about my love of Bob Dylan and just watching Charles kind of enjoy me hyperfixating and how that's a good way to make friends if someone just likes to watch you be happy about a thing. Even if you don't end up liking the thing, you end up liking that person likes a thing. And that's at youtube.com/@daychaserpod. And I have another anime podcast called Shonen Jump the Shark. We are currently watching season 2 of Dan to Dan, which just showed the most horny handhold in television history, and it was so narratively satisfying. It
Wait,
was so good.
our OTC held hands, our one true couple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it
Can't wait
was
to get to
done
season two.
so they're doing that romance so well because they're avoiding all the tropes of like she's kind of pursuing him, but
Yeah.
she's not doing that kind of like holds his hand for a second, goes like shut up nerd, and like punches. She's not doing the tsundere thing.
The
She's
Sundere,
just
yeah.
casually giving him enthusiastic consent, and he doesn't quite know what to do with it.
Right.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
They're doing it. Yeah, Dan does a great job having Momo toe the Sundere line
Mm.
where she's not like an annoying Sundere, like and she's actually really relatable and cool.
Yeah, but she's a
Um,
good human being, and it's very clear that
she's
they have their
clearly a
hearts in the
really
right place.
a good person. Yeah.
It's the most emotionally intelligent shonen, and
It's
it's a shonen with a slice of life rising because it knows how people actually behave.
right.
Like,
It's true. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Thank you, Alex. We'll be back next time. Until then, um, be gay, break boards, free Palestine, fuck ICE, and what was the other one? Do we have another one?
shoot guns, but
Shoot
we can debate.
guns.
We can maybe discuss that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good for branding,
Oh, good
but
point.
but you might want to learn to protect yourself. Cops are not here
Shoot.
to help you.
Yeah. Shoot guns at Israeli tanks.
Shoot Frieza.
Shoot Frieza.